So, good afternoon, everyone. By the way, I'm Marcel B. Figaro, your discussants for this afternoon. So, yun na magpapilitin. So, our topic, my topic is all about the Module 6 Innovative Technologies for Assessment Class in Teaching and Learning in Lesson 1 ICT and Assessment of Learning. So, before I start my discussion, may I ask you, what do you mean by assessment? Or can you give an example of assessment of learning? Anyone? Okay, Milona. Stand up in your opinion. In your own opinion or from our previous discussion and EDO 4, what is assessment? Or can you give one example of assessment of learning? Another? Go up front. Okay, Miss Ardita. So, for this is assessment is the practice of evaluating or measuring the quality, quantity, or effectiveness of something. So, some examples of this is the diagnostic assessment, objective assessment, and so on. Okay, very good. Let's skip 5 minutes for Nicole. So, our learning objectives is really everyone.
Explain methods of learning assessment. Discover varieties of assessment methods. Create a portfolio of electronic assessments. Describe useful base and technology-based assessment procedures. Select proper assessment tools.
So, ang ako pipiliin nila is isa so nakikita na ang objectives about coverage ng mga ulitan. So, difficult terms. So, ICT and assessment of learning. Assessment. So, we already know what is assessment. No? So, it is discovering, acquiring, and interpreting data on a student's progress. So, in a clear explanation, so assessment, this is being used by the teacher to find out the extent of what you know and what you can do, and thereby see the gaps in learning that you might have. So, assessment of learning is the process of gathering evidence of students' performance over a period of time to determine the learning and mastery skills. So, a general term that includes the full range of procedures used to gain information about student learning and the formation of value judgment concerning learning progress. So, but there are two, did you understand what is assessment?
Yes.
So, there are two types of assessment. So, assessment as a product and assessment as a process. Ito po ba? Types sa
Assessment
yes.
process.
Pero wala naman maganda kayo siya sa sa iyo related. And then there are types of assessment. So first, the formative assessment.
Feedbacks, information are gathered during the instructional process.
So, formative assessment, it is graded or not graded? Why? Okay,
Prior.
I'll just raise the right hand if you want to answer. Nagmuluan mo na Okay,
So, formative assessment is not graded. That is because it just given by the teacher to the students to measure what the students can do or the knowledge that they can they are acquired the previous
about that
class.
topic. So, please give a hand for a moment.
Give your hand.
Okay, so Romola is right now. So formative assessment was all about, it is done during instruction, and it is this statement where teachers continuously monitor the students' level of attainment of the learning objectives. The result of this assessment are communicated clearly and promptly to the students for them to know their strengths and weaknesses and the progress of their learning. So did you understand? So, summative assessment, please read everyone.
Summative assessment sums up the teaching and learning process.
Okay. Who can give their after instruction. It is used to certify what the students know and can do and level of their proficiency or competency. Its results reveal whether instructions have successfully achieved the curriculum outcomes. So the information from assessment of learning is usually expressed as marks of letter grades. So the result of which are so the summative assessment, it is graded unlike sa formative assessment. Just like kanang mga kwan, kanang before pag-discuss, so di ba magkakaroon sa summative assessment, it is graded. So number 3, diagnostic assessment identifies a student's current aptitude. So diagnostic assessment, it is done during instruction. So same procedure sa formative assessment. So ang diagnostic assessment, this is used to determine students' recurring or persistent difficulties. It searches for the underlying causes of students' learning problems that do not respond to the first aid treatments. It helps formulate a plan for detailed remedial instruction. So, did you understand the diagnostic assessment? So next is grade number 4.
Authentic assessment reflects student learning, achievement, motivation, and attitudes on instructionally relevant classroom activities.
So, come in their idea about authentic assessment. Anyone? Matawag na siya. Okay, that's things.
Reflects students' learning and motivation.
Authentic assessment.
I think yun, hindi mo na sila i-test kung naka-learn pa sila yung na lesson or topic na yung business.
Okay, so Justin is right now, so this gave a hand to Justin. So, authentic method or assessment, it involves the demonstration of your actual performance of what you have learned from the class. It is mostly prepared by many in evaluating the students' achievement. So, I have a question. So, why is there a need for assessment? Why is there a need for assessment? Okay, anyone? Come next.
I think, sorry, question.
Why is there a need for assessment?
Of course, to know the student capability and for you to measure, measure and teacher also if you are effective sa mga student if progress of the student.
So, please give a hand for Nelvin. So, did you understand the types of assessment? What are those? First,
Summative, diagnostic, and authentic.
Okay, next. So, the role of ICT and assessment in learning. So, as a medium for students to develop higher level thinking abilities. So, as a data collector, storage, and retrievable. As an innovation and support for teaching, learning to improve instruction and performance. So, these are the rules of ICT and assessment of learning. So, it is very important if atong sundon ang assessment. So, nga itong i-provide sa atong mga students. So, next is the current trends in assessment of learning. So, please read everyone.
Traditional assessment like objective tests strives to increase identification, evaluation, and assessment as levels of change.
So, we all know that assessment of learning, it is more on traditional methods, just like sa mga instructional materials na atong ginaprovide sa atong mga students. So, any opinion. So, traditional methods, it refers to the written test or the paper and pencil test. This type of test usually relies on rote memorization of facts. So, in other opinion or input. So, the 21st century assessment includes increasing of the use of technology. So, number 2, focus on growth and development of learners. theory. So, murag nawala ng traditional assessment, but wala siya nawala. Pero murag more on technology na kita Yes. So, next is the concept of classroom has been shifting in recent years. So, information travels at the speed of light. So, information becomes vital to our personal and national well-being.
Use to increase the efficiency of education.
Computers, the future of teaching and learning. So technology is very important nowadays, guys. So, ang mga teachers is kanang para lesson na sa mga students is o sa ilahan ko das teacher. Para lesson na sa mga students o sa teacher, so ginamit na nila ang technology kaya para makasave po o kanang for example sa magsulat-sulat nila, so dili na hapon sa mga kay mas bago ng mga bata, pwede nila sulat. So dapat mag-provide kita ng mga activities na mga more of technology. So please read.
Promote the development of learning. Create a captive and effective learning environment. Introduce new, exciting, and innovative for students' engagement. Teachers can incorporate active learning activities.
So just like what I've said na if we use technology, so we as teachers, we need to provide an activities that are attractive and effective for young learners, especially sa kay mga early childhood educators dito. So dapat mag-provide ka ng mga activities na kanang ma-attract ay makuha ng kanilang interest in that particular one. So, next, online learning.
Initiatives often fail to engage and teach students.
Active learning.
Learning.
Learning activity in which students interact or engage. Parents help learner engage in learning solutions.
So, who can differentiate what is online learning and active learning? So, it is very interesting. No need to Yes, Ria. So, there's a difference between online learning and active learning. Peter.
So what is the difference between online and active learning? So it's very obvious in terms of the engagement of the students with the teaching and learning process, no? So in online learning, it often fails to engage the students' activeness, okay? Hindi sila nagkakaroon ng, kumbaga, engagement in the activities in terms of their physical, okay? So, on the other hand, itong mga active learning, these are the type of activities in which the students may engage more, no? Sa mga activities na pinapatupad ng teachers. So, that's why it's very important to have this combination of two.
Okay, so let's give 5 claps to teachers. So next, did you understand what Peter said?
Yes.
Yes! So next is activity. So please read everyone.
Active learning.
Teacher gives activities that are intentional, meaningful, and useful. Activities which involve students' interaction with others.
So it is very important yun na ato ihatag ng mga activities sa mga students is intentional, meaningful, and also dapat appropriate po sa lahat age ang ato provide ng mga activities. So just like sa gaming ni Peter ngayon na ang active learning is different from online learning kay as because active learning, students can interact with other people inside the classroom. So, yes, it is very important na as a teacher, dapat ato mga activities is suited sa ilang age. So, did you any other input, opinions, or none? So, that's end my